Welcome to Diary of 1617, and today we're going to be talking about all things wedding photography. There is just something that is just overwhelmingly magical about capturing a wedding. I don't know what it is, but I always get really attached to my clients, and I'm with them for 8 to 12 hours during the day, and through that time I learn their personalities, I learn like who they are as a couple, how they met, and all of it's like really important, deep stuff. And so I always find myself by the time I get to the ceremony that when we actually get there, I usually cry. I almost, which I'm a crier anyway, but I almost always shed a tear during a wedding. It just happens. And so if you look over at me and I'm like shooting your wedding and you see me like wiping my eyes, I'm sorry. I just can't help it. I cry about everything. So I think it's just part of being a mom too. That does something to you. I don't know what it is. But it's just, you really do get attached to your clients and who they are, and I always try to keep up with them like afterwards, because we usually become friends on Facebook or something, and I try to keep up with them just to see how they're doing and like how their lives are forming, and it's really beautiful to know that you had, even for a split second, a moment in time with them and being a part of such a special day. It's really rewarding, and that's one of the main reasons that I fell in love with wedding photography. One of my methods is whenever I'm shooting a wedding is that I really try to go above and beyond for my clients. I can't tell you how many times I've had to like talk to a bride and tell her, hey, like, I've been in your same spot. I know you're nervous. And I'm like, in 99.9% of the time, all brides feel that way at some point on their wedding day. And it's usually the same flow of emotions for every bride. So I always try to let them know that what they're feeling is normal, and sure, that's not in my job description. That's not part of it, but I'm just naturally a caring person, I guess. Like, I'm a nurturer, so if I see someone that's like feeling nervous or just not, even sometimes not good about themselves, I try to let them know that it's totally normal and it's okay to feel that way, but I'm gonna like pep talk you and make you feel good about yourself, because hey, it's your wedding day. Like, you should feel good about yourself. And that's also one of the many important parts about my job, is making the bride and groom feel comfortable with whatever I'm telling them to do. So typically, I try to make those moments fun. Even if they're stressful and they feel a little awkward, I always try to make it fun for them and embrace the awkward. It's fine. Like, we'll get through it. And I can't tell you how many times, not even wedding sessions, it's any couples, like, they always do this weird thing, like they don't want to look at each other. I don't understand what that is, but if another photographer has that, you'll know what I'm talking about, because it's every single time. They just think it's hilarious, which also makes for great pictures. So I typically, what just happened? Hold on. Anyway, before my light went out and my dogs are going crazy, because I feel like that's really important for them to feel comfortable to tell me that they don't want to do something, because I never want to force them into doing something they didn't want to do, because I would much rather you feel beautiful and confident in your wedding pictures above everything else. But I try to also strike a really delicate balance of being in the present with them and like being involved and having my hand in everything, but also like allowing moments to unfold naturally. because I do consider my style of photography more unposed, more candid, because I do like to catch a genuine feeling or a genuine smile that maybe they weren't even thinking I had my camera or took the picture, because those are the ones they typically love more and that they'll hold on to more than the post. But yeah, I really do try to create an atmosphere that is comfortable and also let moments just unfold naturally. Now, let's talk about the elephant in the room, which is price. The cost of wedding photography that nobody wants to really talk about. I don't like to talk about it just because I understand where people are coming from. I really do. But I'm also a photographer, and I know the long hours that we work for weddings. And it's not just snapping a few pictures like here and there, and photographers will invest like 8 to 12 hours for a wedding day alone. And that's not including traveling to the venue. I personally send out emails throughout the whole entire time that someone has booked with me, just to try and get to know them if they're not close to me. Because it is a huge day, like, for me to just show up and not know my clients. I really like to try and get to know them before I get there. So there's that, and then that's not even counting post-production. That's editing all those beautiful photos that we took on your big day, and that's just a whole other level of like dedication and time. I'm talking like most weddings, you will walk out and you will have anywhere from like 1,500 to 2,000 photos. Not all of those will be good or editable, but you do walk out with that many, and you have to sort through every single one to find the ones that are good, and then you edit, and then it's like a whole other process, and it really takes a lot of time for us to make sure that we're giving something to you that you will love. I take that very seriously, and I do take my time because I want to make sure that the work I'm providing is something that you're going to cherish forever, and not just look back at it and be like, wow, I don't really love them. Like, I want you to love them whenever I give them to you. It's a whole other level of dedication. And on the topic of cost, it really is important that whoever you find to take your wedding photos, that they are going to be just as dedicated to your day as you are. I cannot stress that enough. You need to find someone that is going to look into the details and also capture those moments how you would want them to be told. And each couple, they have their own personality and their own style, and you really want to make sure that your photos are fitting into that. All of that to be said, you get what you pay for. And I know it seems like a lot of money to fork out for a day, and I know it's easy to say, oh well, it's just pictures, but it's really not. When you find a dedicated photographer, it is an art, and it is not just snapping a picture. I just want to say that one of my favorite quotes that I've ever read about photography is, don't capture what it looks like, capture what it feels like. And honestly, that is my goal. If I can walk out from a wedding and look back at the photos and feel the emotions that I felt in that moment, then I've succeeded. I just want to make sure that if my clients are going to pay this money to have their special moments documented, that they're getting what they pay for. And I really, really feel like I do that. I want to make sure that my clients are getting what they pay for. And that's why I have open communication, and I do my best to be fully involved, and because I think it's important. If I leave you with anything today, anything to take from this, is that I hope that whatever your wedding pictures are and who takes them, that I hope that it captures exactly what it felt like the day of your wedding. I hope that you will cherish them forever. And if I am lucky enough to be the one who photographs your day, that it would be a huge honor, and I don't take it lightly. So I just want to tell you thank you for watching my video, and I'm a rambler and I get sidetracked, and I'll try to edit all of that out. Hopefully. Thank you for watching 1617. No, that's not my channel name. That is my business name. Thank you for watching Diary of 1617, and I hope that you got something out of this. And like all the cool kids say, like and subscribe.